Hey everybody. All right, we are live. Live in the hive. Okay, we are not live on Twitch. Third time in a row, we're having problems with Twitch. Somebody tried to hack into my Twitch account. Somebody from Russia tried to hack into my Twitch account. And I don't know why, but I'm not able to log back in. So I have to create another Twitch account. It is not working on this stream, and that's why if you're on Twitch, you will have a problem. So Daniel is not here anymore. Daniel came to help me move and help me fix my things, help me set up my place, and he was so great. I'm very lucky to have Daniel in my life, and it was great. And hopefully he's gonna come again. I mean, he's gonna come back, and he's in DC a lot. And I'm not always blaming the Russians. This is an actual thing. I posted proof on Twitter that someone from Russia, the IP address was coming from Russia, and someone from Russia was trying to hack into my Twitch account. I'm not making this shit up. I have proof. I posted the proof on Twitter, and that's it. So we're here. We're here at home, and I try to not talk about politics anymore. I still have like my little opinions. I still have stuff like that. But the truth is, I don't care enough about this stuff to put my life on the line for it. And I know that people who work in politics, they have their lives on the line. They get harassed, their families get harassed, their friends get harassed. They're always looking over their shoulder. They have to be worried about stalkers, about people following them, looking through their stuff, targeting them, looking through their past, trying to find incriminating information on them, doxing them. People in politics do not have an easy life. It's a dirty industry. Not necessarily for the people who are not necessarily. You don't have to be a dirty person for it to be a dirty industry, if that makes sense. You could be the nicest person ever, and the other people can be the nicest people ever, but at the end of the day, politics is war. It's a battlefield, and frankly, I don't want to be on a battlefield. I'm a girl, and I am not one of these people who wants to be a martyr, who wants to fight. I don't care enough about the war to fight for it. I think that there are other people fighting who are more qualified and more passionate about it. I don't have to be passionate about it. This mug says, I'd rather be in bed. I'd rather be in bed than be in politics. And I still have a lot to say about politics. This has been my work for the past few years, working for different media outlets and organizations that are very politically motivated, are taking money from many political interests. At the end of the day, I just want to do YouTube. I want to have fun. I want to work in PR, neutral. The company that I'm working for the firm that I'm about to start working for, totally apolitical. They work for Democrats, they work for Republicans, not necessarily Democrats and Republicans. I mean, it's mostly apolitical, working with education, educational groups, working with and apolitical educational groups, working with healthcare, apolitical healthcare groups, technology, things that I'm interested in. And I'm not interested in politics. It's toxic. It's hurting my life. I don't want to be a target on anybody's list. I just want to spread, and it sounds cheesy, but I just want to spread fun and happiness and love. Love is the strongest emotion. They say fear is the strongest emotion. Fear is not the strongest emotion. Love is the strongest emotion. I wanted to work in healthcare. My original goal was to become a doctor, and I could still apply to med school if I wanted to. I've taken the MCAT. I've taken all the classes I need for all the classes and more. I've taken so many biology classes. I was a bio major. I was a human biology major in undergrad. I've taken so many biology classes. I've taken so many genetics and genetics related courses. So many math, calculus courses. Like, I've taken the same courses again because, like, I would take them and then, like, years later they would expire, so I would take them again. I was doing so much research in undergrad. Hospital research and lab research. I mentioned I took the MCAT. I was a lifeguard. I've been certified for years, not just in doing CPR and lifeguarding and first aid and all this shit, teaching it to other people. I've been certified for years from the American Red Cross. All this stuff because I wanted to work with people. I want to work with people and I want to connect with them. That's all I care about, is connecting with other people and loving other people. As cheesy as it sounds, I'm a girl. Like, I'm not a hunter. I'm a nurturer. And I'm not saying that this has to be my role as a nurturer. I'm saying that biologically it makes sense why I'm like this. I love to nurture and be around people and spread the kind of good feelings that I have, to spread them to other people. I want to just vlog and share my life with you and just share my happiness with you. I don't want to be a target on anybody's list. And so when I say that I don't want to be in politics, it's not that I'm a coward and I'm not fighting for the mission and, there's no mission here. The mission for me is, and thank you, FunkBot. Thank you for that. FunkBot says, great mission. That's my mission. My mission is to not have a mission. My mission is to just have fun and spread the fun to other people who might not be having fun, who can watch me and connect with me and the way that I'm connecting with you. And that's all I want to do. I'm not famous, but I'm already worried about people coming after me. That's messed up. Like, I shouldn't have to worry about being targeted in any way. I shouldn't worry about having to be on Media Matters list. I shouldn't have to be paranoid that in like 10 years when I'm really famous or whatever, if I get to that point, that I have to be worried that Media Matters has like a box full of nudes that they're gonna release, or some really shitty things I said or did that they're going to release and tell the world, Pardes said this disgusting thing. Pardes is a racist, an anti-Semite, a homophobe, and you know what? I was a homophobe. I was, I've said a bunch of crazy shit. By the way, when I say I was, I don't mean in the political sense. I mean, I was very religious to the point that I actually did not believe gay people existed. So, whatever. And I'm not saying it's religious people. I'm just saying in my view, in my worldview, that's how I felt. And, some people might like that, some people might not like that, but in the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be targeted for my past views. And I shouldn't have to walk around in fear, because that's not what I care about. It's not what I care about to, tell people how to live or say how the government should be and fight a war. There's no war that I care about. The only war that I care about is the war that we are the most depressed generation ever. We have, in the Western world, we have a record number of suicides. Why are people dying from suicide? Why aren't people dying? Why are people dying by choice? Someone's handle is the CIA. That's so funny. Someone's name on YouTube is the CIA. Anyway, that's funny. Did someone say war? Yeah, it's crazy that people are dying from drugs and suicide and alcoholism. People are dying not because of bubonic plague, not because of something they couldn't control. People are dying because they are killing themselves. They are by the way, Eli S says, just write a list of all the dumb things you've said, like Ben Shapiro. Okay, so unlike Ben Shapiro, I have said so many dumb things that I actually cannot count. Like, tonight I'm probably going to say a bunch of dumb shit. But I have compassion for myself. I don't think that I'm a bad person for saying dumb shit. Like, everybody says dumb shit. Just different kinds of dumb shit, And we are really in a world where we have everything at our fingertips. We have so many resources. We have a crazy amount of power when it comes to communication and technology and our luxuries. It's insane. It's insane how much we have at our fingertips. And how, we're the generation of entrepreneurs. Corporate lifestyle can be tedious. We're the generation of people who can make their entire livings outside of an office, totally remotely. You can make an entire living. You can make an entire living just in Hawaii on a beach with your laptop and a hotspot. You can survive on the best lifestyle ever. And yet people are choosing to kill themselves, and they're choosing drugs. Oh, it's not their choice. Sorry, someone called me. For some reason, every time it's my live stream, that's when everybody decides to call and text. And actually, I like it. It means that you're watching my live stream, which means which is actually really cool. But don't call me, text me, because when you text me, it like I see your text, but it doesn't disrupt my live stream. So it's like the perfect thing. If you text me, I see your text, and it's just like one of these chats. Like I see all your chats from YouTube and Periscope. I see all your chats, and like the same way I see your chat, I see your text, and it doesn't disrupt my live stream. But if you call me, it disrupts my live stream. It stops it. Guerra says, then if it's so easy to make a living online remotely, why doesn't everybody do it? The reason everybody doesn't do it is because it's still new. It's still you still have to figure it out. It's still hard to figure it out, but it's very doable. You just have to, it's still new. We still have to learn it. And especially if you're older and you didn't grow up in the age of the internet your entire life, it's going to be a bit more challenging for you. I don't want my head to be cut off. Nah. Why are we living in a society, in a culture, American culture, where everybody is, where the rate of diabetes is so high and medical complications are so high, not because of something that you couldn't control, but because of fast food? You can choose to not eat fast food. You can choose to be more active and walk around. These are things that people are so stressed out that they just don't care. It's not that they don't care. It's that people are so stressed out that they don't have a will to live. They don't have the energy to be active and to take care of their bodies. Felix says it's not just America. Here in the UK, we have the same problems. OxyContin and Xanax. Yeah, I hear just crazy stories about Xanax. Not that, if you're taking Xanax, I'm not going to judge you or whatever. I've never taken it myself, so I can't tell you, I can't make a judgment on it. But why, when we have so much power in our lives, why, when we have so much at our fingertips, are we the most stressed out? It shouldn't be like this. And I shouldn't have to worry for my life just because I decided to say my thoughts and be open. That's why I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to fight a war that is not worth it to me. Oh no, Pardes. Why you don't have anything you believe in? How could you be happy and fulfilled without having something to fight for, something to believe in? A war to the only war, and people are always asking, what are your political beliefs? What is your political alignment? Who do you ally with? Who do you agree with politically? I just noticed I don't have batteries in my fire alarm. Okay, I'm gonna fix it. But I'm always asked this question: what will you fight for when it comes down to it? What will I fight for? I will fight for my friends, my family, the people I care about, the people that I connect with, like you guys, that's what I will fight for. I will not fight for, I don't care about fighting a war. I'm not a man. I'm not a hunter, and I know that a lot of people feel fulfilled by this. That's not what I feel fulfilled by. What I feel fulfilled by is being a nurturer. I want to be a mom someday. I want to have a lot of kids, more kids than you can guess. I want to have like a loud, happy house, a loud, like busy home, just like the kind of home that I grew up in. Not exactly like the kind of home I grew up in, but the same idea. I want to have like guests and host them and take care of them. Like I want to continue doing these live streams, connecting with people. Big Papa Creech says, I was reported for abusive language. LMAO, what? WTF? Yeah, everything is considered abusive language. Yeah, I say stupid shit constantly that I get in trouble for. And the reason for that is because malicious intent is just assumed. It's just like people don't believe anymore that there could be someone with good intentions out there that cares about them, that's fine with them. People don't believe it. Nobody believes that anymore, that there could be someone with a different political viewpoint that might still be a good person, who might still care about you as a person. People don't believe that anymore. There's just this fundamental belief that the other side is out to get you. And a lot of it is valid at this point because so many people are just fighting this war. It's not worth fighting. This war is not worth fighting. Your belief in the free market, however important you think it is not worth losing your health over, and your mind and body and everything that is dear to you over. It's not worth it as much as you think it is. As much as you think you're saving civilization, you're not saving civilization. The most pressing problem right now is that people are dying, not because they're being killed from the other side. They're dying because they're being killed by themselves. They're killing themselves physically. They're killing themselves emotionally with stress. Like, I'm not even religious, but I believe very strongly that religion, in most cases, religion can be a saving factor when it comes to your emotional health. Religion is, in my opinion, a great thing, and many people aren't religious because they just haven't found their way. They haven't found the faith. They're agnostics, which just means that they're still figuring it out. We are becoming increasingly more secular, and as a secular person, like, I'm not gonna diss you for being secular, but I will point out that we are becoming increasingly emotionally unhealthy as a people, and whatever belief you think is important right now, whatever war you think is important, it's not more important than the war within yourself. It's not more important than your personal emotional well-being. Why are people doing heroin? Why would you do it? Like, there are so many things to live for. There are so many happy things in life. There's so many. You can go out in a forest with a book. Like, people are like, you can't, but I can't live that lifestyle. I have to work. I have to have kids. I have to take care of my family. I have to do this. I have to do that. Do you have to kill yourself? Do you have to do drugs? What if instead of being stressed out and engaging in these toxic activities, what if you instead took a few minutes and went out on your front porch, on a sidewalk somewhere, on a piece of grass somewhere in a park, on a beach, wherever you are? If you're in a big city, maybe like in an alleyway, like somewhere quiet, and just take a walk, like what Nico Big says. Nico Big says take a walk. That's a good idea. Take a walk. What if you just did that? What if you just went and read a book, or learned how to play piano, or learned how to knit, or learned how to paint, or had a conversation with somebody you never met before? Did a live stream just like this, and just talk about things you feel or care about, and don't care about who's watching. If one person connects to it, then that's all you need. If nobody connects to it, you are still connecting with yourself, at least. Go and adopt a child that wasn't wanted by their mother. Adopt a child that was born to a teenage mom who couldn't take care of the child. Go and, do something that is not toxic. You calculate how much time. It's so funny because I had a therapist one time that I would go to my therapist and complain about anxiety. I had a lot of anxiety, and I would complain like, I have so much anxiety, it's getting in the way of my productivity. I can't get anything done because the whole time I'm just anxious, and the more anxious I get, and it's stopping me from being productive, the more I become anxious about my anxiety, and I become more anxious about procrastinating, and I keep doing those kind of things, and I keep doing those things. And my therapist said, what if you, my therapist said, how much time do you spend just worrying about something? Literally, because of my anxiety, there were times when I was so paralyzed, I'm just like I would just lie down on the floor because I couldn't get up because I was so anxious. I'm having a panic attack. I would be walking down the street and just like, and I would just like sit down on the sidewalk, on the curb, just because I couldn't walk, I couldn't move because I'm just so paralyzed with anxiety. I would be like just pacing around the room, pacing around the city because I'm so anxious. My therapist said, how many hours of a day, an estimate, how many hours in a day do you need? And I don't have, I'm very lucky. I had a good therapist, and I had the resources, and I don't feel like that anymore. I don't have those problems. I can't remember the last time I had a panic attack. Like, it was like at least like a year ago or something. At least a year ago. But what was I saying? My therapist said, how about estimate how many hours a day you spend worrying, and pacing and doing things to calm yourself down. Wasting time, like, just surfing the internet and just wasting time on the internet just to calm yourself down, or just like fidgeting with like this game that's wasting your time, that is just getting you nervous, to calm yourself down. 3 hours, okay. How about when you're nervous, don't think about getting work done. Don't think about any of that. Spend 3 hours doing something that is not whatever you need to do. Spend 3 hours taking a walk in a park. Spend 3 hours learning a musical instrument. Spend 3 hours reading a book. And once you do that, you realize that you don't need to distract yourself anymore. These things, these arts, are there for your soul, and they improve your life in so many ways you can't predict it. And people, I saw someone in the chat said, but if you're not passionate about doing anything in life, you're not passionate about life, you can't motivate yourself to get up and play that musical instrument or get up and read that book. Force yourself to take one step, to read one page, to play one note on the piano. Just force yourself, and the rest will follow. Once you do it, once you do that little thing, it's gonna make you motivated and passionate to take the next step, and then the next step, and the next step, until you build your passion for that thing that you originally were not passionate about. You force yourself. Instead of allowing yourself to be passionate about something that's toxic, like drugs, like, frankly, like, people are like, we have to get more people involved in politics. I don't think so. I don't think we have to get more people involved in politics. I honestly don't think that. And people are like, well, you're not being patriotic. If you're not being involved in the future of our politics, it means you don't care about America. You know what you can do to care about America? Take care of your mental health. Take care of yourself. Don't be stressed out. Find love. Love somebody. Love an animal. Love a child. Those children and animals are the best place to start, because they are pure and they are inherently loving. They have not been marred by life. Find something to love. And once you find something to love, everything else follows. And you have already made the country a better place by finding one thing to love. One thing. Find a cockroach in your house to love. And you have made the country a better place. You have not made the country a better place by joining the war that is. The war is a thing that is created by unhealthy people who want you to be part of this. They want you to be part of this war. And they are trying to convince you that in order to make the country a better place, you have to be involved in this war. You don't have to be involved in this war. You are not making the country a better place by being involved in this war. You're not. Americans are less political than other countries. We still have a huge part of the country that doesn't care about politics. That is not a problem. That is why we are still safer and healthier than people in the UK. I was in the UK recently. I was there like a couple weeks ago. People there are so entrenched in politics. The war is so real there that there are people fighting in the streets, assaulting each other. There are actual riots happening. There are actual, there is actual violence. There's an actual physical war happening in the UK. Because more people are involved in politics in the UK than they are here in the United States. People in the United States don't want to be involved in war. This is actually a cornerstone of American politics. This is our culture. This is why the American Revolution happened. This is why the Pilgrims came here to the United States. Americans don't want to be part of war because Americans are inherently isolationists. Americans are get off my lawn people. Get off my lawn. Don't tread on me. Give me my space. I will give you yours. That's an American value. Americans are not war people. And by trying to convince more people to join politics, you are fueling a war that is not necessary. You are not making the country a better place by joining this war that is politics. You're not making the country a better place. People are dying because of immigration. People are dying because the world is ending in 12 years. People are dying because the Muslims are going to come and kill the people. People are dying because women don't have state-funded tampons distributed to their homes. People are dying for all these things. Okay, maybe some of this stuff is true, maybe it's not. It's not more important than you taking care of yourself and contributing to an aura, an energy of positivity in the country. Because that's all we need. That's what we need the biggest problem right now that we're facing is emotional negativity. That is the most dooming problem in our country. The thing that's killing us most is not immigration and terrorism and global warming and abortion rights or whatever, and free tampons and gun rights. A lot of these things are true, but those are not. A lot of these things are true, and we have so many problems, but that is not the biggest problem we have in this country. The biggest problem we have in this country is that political interest groups are manipulating us into thinking that we need to be in this war. And actually, political interest groups are not even the biggest problem in this country. The biggest problem in this country is that we are convinced that we need all these things in order to be happy. And you don't. You don't need anything to be happy. You need to fight a battle inside yourself. You need to love something. And you need to, as cheesy as it sounds, you need to love yourself. You need to have compassion for yourself. You need to not feel guilt over things. You need to take care of yourself. And you're not unpatriotic by not joining a war that has been created by people, by not participating in this very toxic environment, you are helping the country, because that's the biggest problem that we're facing. And I actually had a topic tonight that I wanted to talk about, but this is more important. This is more important than anything else that I wanted to talk about. Felix says, Pardes, do you think it's better to stay and try to fix things, or escape and build something new? I mean, be wherever you want to be. Like, you know, like I'm in DC, and I actually love it. Like, I found that there are places that I can be without being entrenched in politics. I can still be in parts of the city. I can still be in Maryland or Virginia or anywhere that is still considered DC, but it's not like DC proper. And it's not, you know, and I don't have to be going to all these political events, or, you know, I can still be doing my own thing and enjoy the other parts of the city. They're great. There's so much art in the city. There's so much, you know, they're my friends in this city, and I get to hang out with my friends. And that's it. You don't have to escape. You don't have to escape your geographical location. But it might help to go and live in a more peaceful place. Actually, it's actually really, really helped me to get out of. Nobody can find me. It helps to be in a place that's not as saturated with people. So I actually really want to stay, but I really have to go. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will continue this conversation later. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video. Hit the heart button if you're on Periscope. And maybe watch this video if you feel like it. If you feel like it helps you, watch it again. But and maybe share it. But I'll see you guys next time. See you later.